Welcome to the Carolina Beat. Everyone in studio joining me today, Coastline Insurance Associates, Josh Whitaker, Vice President. How are you, my friend?
I'm well, thank you, Troy.
Today we're talking all about personal liability protection. Do I need it right now? And should I be having it?
Yeah.
And what is it?
Well,
3 questions.
That's a lot. I'll dive into one. Do you need it? Yes, you do.
What is it covering?
Well, it protects us. The best way to look at liability coverage is asset protection product. In other words, we can be negligent. A lot of people are going to think about trip and fall hazards in their home.
Okay.
What if somebody got hurt on my property? A lot of people think about that and that liability coverage that comes under their homeowner's policy.
Right.
But it's actually much broader than that. Liability actually can follow you anywhere you go because we can be negligent as people anywhere we go. For example, what if you were in the grocery store and maybe you had a 2 liter of Coca-Cola and
Yes.
you dropped it and it burst all over the floor? What if a child came running through and slipped and fell?
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking to myself, well, isn't that the store's problem?
It could be, but more than likely it's also going to come back to you. Did I cause that accident? So,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
What am I looking for when I'm looking for personal liability insurance?
Well, the first place you're going to get that is your homeowner's policy. So if you're a homeowner, you should have liability coverage.
Right.
And I always recommend that you take the maximum amount of coverage that a company will offer. If you don't own a home, you can also get a renter's policy. So a lot of people think of a renter's policy as only protecting the contents of your apartment or the house that you rent.
Right.
But it also gives you liability coverage as well.
Does it?
It does.
Is that every state or is it just North Carolina?
It should be on every state.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
So when I'm looking through that, because I just bought that over the phone through the tenants board or whoever it was that told me I had to buy it, I didn't really read it.
Yeah.
So should I be checking that in more detail to see what I'm covered for? And if I'm undercovered, I need to go and buy more.
Highly recommend going ahead and getting the maximum coverages that they offer.
Okay, what do you consider a maximum coverage? Is it $1 million, $100,000? What do you suggest?
So usually the companies are going to offer between $100,000 and $500,000. To give you an idea how little the expense is on these policies, it can be as little as $12 a year to go from $100,000 to $500,000. So that's why I always recommend maxing that out.
Okay, how do I know it's enough? We're in a very litigious country.
Exactly, and the truth is you never know for sure. Have you ever heard of a personal umbrella policy?
No, but I'm going to ask you about that.
Okay. Well,
because I saw you standing over there with one.
I think it's a good idea to have a personal umbrella. The idea of a personal umbrella is if you were to ever exhaust your underlying limits of your homeowners, your automobiles, let's say you have boats and other recreational vehicles, if you ever exhaust those underlying limits that those policies provide you, a personal umbrella policy can go over top and provide an additional layer of protection.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
It's a great idea.
What sort of money are we looking at for that?
Absolutely. $1 million in coverage is going to usually run most people between $130 and $200 a year. And you can purchase up to $5 million in coverage and higher for some folks as needed.
Something just popped into my head. I'm the man of the house. I get the insurance. Does it cover my wife and children?
Covers your household, absolutely.
Okay. So do I need to make sure that they're listed?
You would want to make sure that they are listed, make sure your vehicles are listed and any recreational vehicles.
All right.
As well as any properties, because multiple properties can be listed as well.
Well, Josh, great advice. I had no idea. I'm going to go check my leasing policy as well. If you want to find out more from Coastline Insurance Associates, Mr. Vice President Josh Whitaker himself, give him a call. All that information is up on your screen. Personal liability protection. Look into it. Back after this short break.